discriminated against because, according to her, she was dark-skinned and she looked like a foreigner. Watch this clip, we'll come back and discuss.
And I'm like, no, I'm Zulu. And then we carry on, we find the sieve, she shows me the sieve, I'm like, thank you, but like she still looks startled, and I'm like, what? And she's like, got to Nigerian, Ganje, whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm just dark skinned. And I carried on with my life, walking. I don't know if she said something else, I'm not sure if I responded or whatever. And then she's still following me, like sort of staring at me, like, you know, trying to figure out, like, am I telling the truth, you know? And so I go to the counter to pay, and okay, we pay, whatever, and she stands there from like a little bit of a distance, staring, like investigating sort of, and she's like, ayuna manga. And then now I'm getting a bit like unsettled. And also English is my primary language. Like I speak English more often, however, right? And so at this point, because I'm startled, I'm speaking English, so I'm like, I'm serious. And at that point, like, look at this Nigerian masquerading as a Zulu girl. The biggest reason it unsettled me is, first of all, how much she was insisting that I'm not South African. Second of all, her tone when she was saying I'm lying, especially in the way she said unamang. Third reason is the current political climate, where I feel like I know you guys are angry at foreigners for whatever reason or the other, but like more people than foreigners are in danger.
Yeah, this is happening. And we called it out when this Operation Dudula was taking it too far by kicking out people from public hospitals. They were going to house, they were going to shops, and they were just identifying. They look at you and say, well, you look like a foreigner, so yeah, you're not a South African, hence we will deal with you, or hence go back to your country. When in fact some of those people they're targeting are South African themselves. They just don't have the typical features or what maybe those people were expecting them to look like. Because this woman, this Zulu woman that we just watched, her name is Gina, is South African. She is from the Zulu tribe, and she was even talking to the lady in their own mother tongue, but the lady, the store clerk, did not believe it, didn't buy it. So she was discriminated against in her own country because she was darker skinned, or her features didn't look like the average features that maybe a South African will have. Like, what? This is insane. This is bringing more chaos than intended, because how do you feel uncomfortable in your own country? Because this is not the first story that we're covering. There was another lady that was talking about this, and there was another man that was told to bring his ID, and when he brought his ID, he was told, this is probably a fake ID, so you're not South African. Even South Africans are reporting that they're getting affected by this operation. Watch this clip, we'll come back and discuss.
And it's getting out of hand. There's another comment I saw, a guy from Venda, he went to the clinic, they chased him because he doesn't look like a South African. He went home, he got his ID, he went back, and they said his ID is fake. Another lady did speak on this. I didn't see her name. She said that after they are done here, they are coming for vendor people. At that time, I didn't understand what she meant. But now I'm like, sweetheart, look at what they're doing now.
Can you imagine how these people will feel? To feel unsafe in their own country? No one should feel this unsafe. We're not even talking about illegal immigrants, illegal foreigners. We're not touching that part yet. We're talking about the actual South African that are facing this because of a movement that is just targeting based on what you look like. Why would you do that to your own people? Imagine if it's your daughter, if it's your son, if it's your family member. Would you like that? No, you won't. So I think it's getting out of hand to the point where this lady talked about this, and in her comment section you see people telling her, yeah, you're actually not South African. You don't look South African. What do you mean you don't look South African? At the end of the day, we have to admit that this is not helpful. If you want to deal with the illegal immigration and illegal foreigners, Take it to your government, demand for them to do their job right, because at the end of the day, you have to admit it's the government that is responsible for this chaos and they need to be held accountable. You need to take it to them. Even if you're not happy with the situation, why are you doing this to your brothers and sisters? It's just not right. Even if you want to deal with it the right way, the proper way, not by stopping a foreigner from accessing healthcare. Do you know how it's gonna impact that neighborhood, that community, when you stop someone from getting the treatment? They're gonna carry that disease to your own neighborhood. Make sure that their health is taken care of, because it is going to impact those that are around them. And also, why don't we have the same energy to the illegal immigrants that are coming from Europe or that are coming from Asia? How about them? Who is going to call them out? We're always focused on fighting one another. We rarely address the real issue, the real main culprit, and the people that are actually managing majority of the economy. Why can't we also call them out the same way we call out those that are living next to us? We should also be mindful of that. But anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next